show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Matter of Opinions. It's your girl Des.
It's your boy Bamboo on a Tuesday night. About to entertain y'all for a second or six. You feel me? What's good with you, Dust?
I am exhausted. Hey Mooster family, how are you guys? We got Ash, Chronicles, and John, Chevy Man all in the building. How are you guys doing? How was your day? Is something with your mic or something is screeching? Or is yeah. Say something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's much better. Okay. How are you guys? How was your day?
Long as fuck.
Is
Just
it
long. Just long for obvious reasons, man. You know what I'm saying? Just long. Just city bus shit. You know what I mean? Just city bus shit. Shit I've been talking about, complaining about for the longest, and motherfuckers don't listen. So it is what it is. I ain't stressing that shit like that. You know what I
right?
mean? Like on some real shit. Like people gotta understand. Even bus drivers, no matter what you do, you know what I'm saying, at your job, you are replaceable. That's number one. So don't go above and beyond, what you normally would do, because you know what I'm saying. You guys, and myself, we are replaceable. You know what I'm saying. And I learned sometime this short ass week thus far that, man, I'm just tired of taking people problems on. I'm tired of taking people problem and turning them into my problem, because then when something go wrong, they got every right to be, well, they don't have a right, but then they feel like they got the right to be mad at you.
So is this
Yes.
as far as your employer slash employee, like coworkers, or is this like the passengers that you're referring to?
It's just it's a combination of both. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no need for that picture. It's in a chronicle. It's a combination of
It's a
both. You
chronicle.
know, it's a combination of both. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like people got to understand, like, this a time of year right here where, kids are getting out of school and now they riding the bus fucking with us. You know what I'm saying? And instead of people raising their motherfucking kids the way they supposed to be raised, you know what I'm saying, they upset with the driver because the kid tried to get a free ride, and you just calling them out on, you just doing your job. You calling them out on, yo, what the fare is. You know what I mean? So now that they out of school, they become our fucking problem. They riding up and down, acting fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying? Acting like fucking kids, like fucking yep, them acting like fucking silly ass kids. You know what I mean? And then people fail to realize, man, I can't express enough. Your abuela, your mother, your grandmother, your aunt, I don't give a fuck who he or she is. They are not my motherfucking response goddamn ability. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know where they going. I don't give a fuck where they going. You understand what I'm saying? If you got a specific spot you want them to be at, get your ass on the bus and drop their ass off. Don't look at me in the door and be like, "Oh, can you make sure they get off?" Of fuck no. I got enough response to goddamn ability. I'm driving an 80-foot fucking bus. No, I don't know. No, like, you want them there at a specific spot, call them a fucking Uber. The Uber, that's their job to drop them off at a specific spot. It's their job. And then the motherfucking door to door, that's their job. You know what I'm saying? That's their job, door to door. When you take your, let me just express this real quick. When you put your loved one on a city bus, no matter how much we get paid, it's not our responsibility to get your loved ones to the fucking place where they're going. If they escape the goddamn living facility, it's not our fucking responsibility to keep track of them. The motherfuckers you should be mad at is the goddamn CNAs with the 1999 Altimas that's in there smoking weed with the blonde wigs and the motherfucking person at the front desk. Them the motherfuckers you get mad at. You get mad at the motherfuckers that let them get by the door. Don't get mad at the motherfucker that's 6 blocks down the street and your loved one come on the bus with a dirty diaper and fucking Crocs. Like, I don't give a fuck about none of that. You know what I mean? And then be like, oh, well, you need a little bit more compassion. I don't need compassion. I'm here for 8 fucking hours. If your loved one made it from the Smith house down to the motherfucking downtown, they ran into a lot of motherfuckers before they ran into me. And trust me when I tell you, they didn't give a fuck, and neither do I. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't give a fuck if they found them in the goddamn, if they found them on the bus or in the woods. It ain't my motherfucking problem. I'm not going to take your problem and turn it into mine. Point blank fucking period. And then they thought, oh, you need compassion. I don't. Oh, well, what if it was your mother or grandmother? Well, unfortunately, both of them are dead.
Oh.
So there goes that bowl. There goes that bowl of salad for you. You know what I'm saying?
Would it be different if they were living?
Who? No, because when my mom was living and when my grandmother was living, we always made sure that they got taken wherever the fuck they needed to go. We didn't want them to run into a fucking bus driver or a cab or Uber where, you know, they got the cane and shit. And yeah, we didn't want them to do that. So my brothers and I, we made sure that they were straight. Mm-hmm. And, you know, Tamika took my mother, despite what anybody want to say. Tamika took my mother everywhere. You know what I'm saying? About 4 times out of 10, she didn't want to do it. But, you know, she was like, all right, well, I will do it. But the whole point that I'm trying to tell y'all is on some real shit. Stop making your loved one. Remember, that's your loved one. That's not our loved one. That's just a passenger to me. It's not a motherfucking friend of mine. It's just a fucking passenger. It's a fare. If the motherfucker, I don't even understand how motherfuckers with dementia remember the fare was 85 cents. I don't remember.
It's 85 cents
for seniors, yeah, 85 cents. You know what I'm saying?
That's practically free.
But don't say that, okay, because they'll get on the bus, but they already paying 85 cents and won't have 85 cents. Again,
I'd have just put the whole dollar in.
Nah, I promise you. These motherfuckers get on this bus.
Have change.
Listen what I'm telling you, B. This the God's honest truth. And if it's any bus drivers on this live, they'll tell you. Reduced fare is 85 cents, and they'll still get on with 70, 75, 82. They still won't have the whole goddamn fare. New York bus fare is $2.50. Right? Our bus fare is $1.75. These motherfuckers still waiting at the bus stop.
It's still $1.75?
Man, stop playing with me, man. You need to grow down. At $1.75, they still struggling to pay $1.75. Oh, I ain't got it all.
No, like you seriously.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I really don't. Yeah, I'm be honest with you. I wouldn't give a fuck if the fare was 40 cents. Long as you don't take no gas out of none of my cars, no groceries out of my goddamn gut, and no shoes off of my motherfucking feet, I don't give a fuck. They let them ride for free for 2 goddamn years. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's why I tell drivers, don't go crazy. Don't go crazy over no goddamn fare. Because the company that I work at, oh, they'll put your foot to the fire. If you challenge that fare too hard, they'll put your foot to the fire. So I'm telling y'all, man, at the end of the day, you're replaceable. You're non-expandable. You are replaceable. Jobs can and will replace you. And you got to remember, that's not your customer. That's your passenger. That's your job's customer. That's just your passenger. Because at the end of the day, I promise you, they're going to back them 100 goddamn %. And be responsible for your fucking loved one. Don't put that on me. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I don't give a fuck about them. I don't care about your loved one at ATALL, at fucking all. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck where they get off at. Y'all can put a bolo out on them all you want. Oh, they missing. That ain't my problem.
So if you
Get
see a
mad
person
at
that's on the milk carton, you ain't gonna call it in like, "Hey yo, I think this is so and so from the milk box."
man. I'm be honest with you, man. I really don't pay that much attention to them people, man. I'm be honest with you. Luigi could have got on my shit, and I would have never known. I would have never known. I really don't pay attention. I could describe what my mirrors look like a lot for every fucking scratch. But as far as, you know what I'm saying, other shit, I'm just a passenger to me. Oh, did they had on a green shirt? Like, I don't know. I don't know. So I mean, I really don't pay that much attention, but that's what, that's what y'all got all these high tech ass cameras for. You know what I'm saying? Pull a camera out, man, and then you could describe them. You don't need me.
Yeah, I can't. So okay, how was your day? It's still echoing, by the way. But how was your day? At work?
Long as
Is
fuck.
that
Just
okay? That
just
I get
long.
that. I get that.
Just long. Like I said, man. I'm just tired of people trying to put their responsibility on me, man. Poor
So
little old bus
who didn't
driver.
get off when they were supposed to get off, and they trying to make it like it's your fault?
Man, I had this fucking lady, man. Oh, Home Depot, Home Depot. I said, yeah, Home Depot, I got you. She said it 3 times. I said, I got you. I got to the Home Depot. I opened up the motherfucking door. I said, yo, Home Depot. Bitch ain't move. I got up. I tapped the chair because I dare not touch anybody. I tapped her chair. I said, hey, Home Depot. She waved it on. I said, all right, well, shit, fuck it. Maybe the bitch changed her destination. Then I get down to motherfucking Costco. She say, where Home Depot? I said, you lost your motherfucking mind or something? You lost your fucking mind? I pointed at the big orange sign and told you, the letters is white. Home goddamn Depot. I mean, then she said, oh, you still stupido. Now your problem became my problem. Now I'm stupid. You know
Did
what I'm
you speak to
saying?
her
I'm like,
back in Spanish?
I don't speak one word of
I, I'm
Espanol.
talking about.
I can't hit him with the, I can't hit him with that. I don't know none of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know no Spanish. And then the crazy fucked up part about it, at the same goddamn time, it could be people on the goddamn bus that speak Spanish and English both. Right? And you be like, yo, let them know, Home Depot. Oh, I don't know no problem. They no problem, And I'm like, listen, listen, the show got to go on, so I got to keep going. You know what I mean? So, I keep it moving. I get to the Costco. Oh, yeah, Home Depot. I said, I told you, I pointed at, oh, you El Stupido. Then she getting off the bus. I'm like, all right, cool. Then find out the bitch been missing from the damn, the live-in facility.
She escaped. She got dementia.
I don't know how the bitch remember why Home Depot, but I'm like, listen, that ain't my problem. What you want me
Maybe
to
her
do?
husband is a contractor or was a contractor, and she was at Home Depot a lot, or maybe he used to go a lot.
Well,
Her mind is telling her, we got to get to Home Depot.
You
get
gonna be
this
on
money.
the next bus going back that way to get to Home Depot because whether they find you in McDonald or the Woods, it ain't gonna make me no motherfucking difference.
Okay.
I promise you, I will not lose not a wink of sleep. Not
so
one.
You wouldn't be on the search team to help look for Granny?
Who? I don't walk on grass. I don't understand why. I'm dead ass. I don't walk on grass. I don't understand why these people escape these facilities and they go find fucking water. What the fuck is about escaping the facility? Like, go find them all, right? Security officers in there, if they see you a little delusional, they're gonna be like, yo, you need some help. But every person that I've ever heard of in Connecticut, right? When they find these people, they in the water, done drown. Or they by the damn woods.
Well, maybe it's something with nature. Like we're drawn to.
They bringing them right back to nature.
The water.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back to nature. Welcome back. That's how it's got to end for you. You know what I'm saying? You could have stayed at the facility. When the little shitty diaper let the CNA with the 99 Ultimate smoke or weed and come in half high with the blonde dress or with the bonnet. You could have did that, but no, you want to walk what we call the fuck off the damn grounds. And they got security cars that ride around to make sure these people don't move. So you don't escape security, the front desk clerk, the CNA, and the people that give out the meds.
The nurse.
Then you done escaped everybody. then you got to me. Now I'm the one that's supposed to give a fuck. Nah, this is God's will. Praise God. Won't he do it? But anyway, man.
You know what? I pray you have a better day tomorrow.
Man, listen, every day got to be better than today. As far as I'm concerned, that's just my way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how good it's going to be. I got a meeting upstairs in the office tomorrow. You know what I mean? About my lack of compassion. About my lack of compassion towards passengers and everybody else. You know, people, you know, they want to get the cussing me out. The Jamaican lady tell me, she said, "Oh, you block Americans, you're so entitled to everything." It feel like, I said, first of all, this thing, well, I don't know how you gonna let the H disappear. You know what I mean? It still exists. Everything. And I told her, I said, listen, you seem like you got a problem with the Americans, but you won't leave. The man giving you a free flight home. A free flight. All you gotta do is go to him. And they're giving you a free flight. Right? And you'll be backyard immediately. You'll be backyard, you'll be in there making curry chicken and dumpling and spinners and all the other shit, you know, callaloo, sawfish and aki, all within 8 hours. You know what I'm saying? But you want to sit here and harass me. So all I told her, I said, listen, I'm going to count to 3. And I'm starting at 2. And then this conversation is going to be over. Because, and then, you know, they get back there with the other Jamaicans, you know, and they get to, you know, a Yankee boy, I don't know what him I'll do for, you know, a idiot boy, you know, or idiot boy. And I'm like, you know, I think she called me a Batty boy. Yeah, Batty man.
Oh, she called you a Batty man.
Listen. And I had to explain to her, you know, you want to prove I'm a Batty man. Leave me in the room with your daughter for a little while. And I bet you she come out sore and wet. You feel me? So I got to go upstairs for a little bit of compassion training. You know, it's all right, though. You know, God is good. You know what I'm saying? God is good.
So are like Michelle said, are you supposed to be talking about this right now?
Oh, it don't matter to me. It don't matter to me. It don't matter to me. What you guys got to understand, man, is that, you know, I'm at a point in my life, man, where I really don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit I don't give a fuck about. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I don't give a fuck about motherfuckers that want to call us black privileged Americans. I don't give a fuck. It's not my fault that our government set it up where, you know, niggas could get food stamps and Section 8. And, you know, I mean, it ain't my fault that your Airbnb is still a hut. It ain't my fault. I mean, what you want me to do about that? You know what I mean? Like,
as we talked about before, the most people on food stamps is white people. So
I get that. But, you know, at the end of the day, man, you know, people got to understand that you can't be in my country and talking shit about me and my country. Like, your country still exists. And not to mention, I said it then and I'll say it now. I keep telling Americans, man, y'all got to stand up for y'all country. Because if they fuck it up, they fuck up America, they got somewhere else to go. Oh, they'll be backyard in a minute. They got, if World War III was to break out right the fuck now, which it look like it's gonna happen, but if it break out right now, every motherfucking body, they ain't got to worry about ICE chasing nobody. Everybody gonna be on the Velo flight, backyard. They're gonna be on their way back to Haiti. They're gonna deal with barbecue. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be on their way back to Sweden, yeah, Poland, all them
Sweetie,
places,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. OMG.
You know what I'm saying?
You
They listen on some real shit, man. I I'm just that nigga. I tell you, man, and I've been saying this for years that we gotta protect our shit
yeah,
because they can fuck our shit up and go back home without a problem. They done sent enough money over there so they can have a good life. You know what I'm
right.
saying? While we over here, what we call rebuilding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then the motherfucking minute we rebuild, right? They're gonna bring their ass right back. Oh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go back, make more American dollar, and send back home and give up to Benzie and then, hey Benzie Wagwan. Yeah, trust me. Trust me. So at the end of the day, yeah, it is what it is. But how's your day going? Fuck mine.
Well, I mean, apparently better than yours.
Yeah, hey
I
man,
mean,
listen.
it is crazy though because it is true. So Chevy Man says that's why he no longer works in customer service. Me either. I told Sean if times came rough and I needed to go back to like doing minimum wage or close to minimum wage, I will work because I did it before. I will work at fast food before you get me doing customer service again. Customer service is the worst. Don't get me wrong, fast food ain't it either, but I will rather do fast food before customer
It,
service. That's how much I dislike customer service. I
but
work in the damn shoe department, and you got to find motherfucking matches to shoes all day and whatever
if,
before I do
if
customer.
I'm gonna work in fast food, I want to be in the back. I want to be making the burgers
I don't
and
even be at
shake.
the register because it's a
I
little bit
don't want to
different
be
than
at the
being on
register.
the phone and
I
all that
don't want to
stuff.
be at the register. I don't want to be there with people like. But I'm gonna tell you something. These companies make like customer service so hard, right? And I'm gonna tell you why. Hopefully, there's somebody out there that own a company that you listening to what the fuck I'm saying.
Oh
All right,
Lord,
look at my fucking lip. Hold on, let me make them presentable for
moisturizing.
you. Let me make
Look,
them presentable for you.
let's. All right, it's lip refresh time, and
Here we
also
go.
if you're
Hold
watching,
on.
not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share, and
So now,
tell a friend of what, Bam.
tell another friend that know a few more niggas that got some more friends. So now, let me tell you, you companies that got customer service. Just in case you forgot what it was like working in the front and you don't made your way up to the cubicle on the second floor. The fucking customer isn't always fucking right. It is okay to lose that dollar and back up your fucking employee that you spent 5 fucking weeks training to do the job. Right? And one customer come in and file a complaint on that employee and you want to talk to them instead of looking at the motherfucking tape or instead of looking at the motherfucking whole situation, how it played out. Oh, well, we focusing on customer service. No, fuck that. You took somebody and you trained them for weeks, right? Walked them, marched them up and down the motherfucking aisle, show them how to change tickets, show them how to motherfucking do all this other shit. And then one customer come in there with y'all goofy ass and say, oh, I don't like the way that people talk to me. And all of a sudden, can I see you in the back? No, motherfucker. The customer ain't always right. Investigate and evaluate. That's what you supposed to fucking do. But no, immediately, because this motherfucker done spent $27.82, can I talk to you in the back? Because you scared to lose the $27. Fuck the fucking $30 an hour person you done hired and you done trained this motherfucker for weeks. Fuck him. Now all of a sudden you want to talk to that person in the back. So just a refresher. The customer ain't always fucking right. Lose a couple of dollars, back up your motherfucking employees. Point blank period. And I'm done with that shit.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I do think that everything should be on a case by case. It shouldn't be just a blanketed statement of the customer is always right because sometimes the customer is crazy and a lot of times they're wrong. They're entitled and think that things should be a certain way and they think that because you're the customer they could come and talk to you any kind of way. But baby, it ain't that. It
Facts.
ain't that.
Facts.
Especially when they're being unreasonable and like you said, just because you spent a little funky $30 in here. Bitch, I take that $30 out of my pocket and put it in the register before I let you sit here and talk to me any kind of way.
You know the crazy part about it? Instead of motherfuckers up in them offices, right? Instead of the motherfuckers up in them offices saying, hold on, I know Chantel personally, and that don't sound like her.
Like, right.
That don't sound like something she would do. That don't sound like something she would say, right? Instead of saying, well, you know, nah, that just don't sound right. You know what they'll do? Chantel, please report to management office effective immediately. And Chantel come from upstairs crying and everything. And she be like, I ain't say that. Customers know exactly what the fuck to say to get management's attention. They know exactly what the fuck to say. That's like when you walk in the fucking Wendy's. Oh, I didn't order no mustard. Oh, well, here, you can have the burger back. Nah, go ahead, you can keep the burger. You know how many times that shit happens? They know what the fuck to say. I ordered fries with no salt on them. These got salt. 9 times out of 10, they never told the person no salt. Stand by your fucking employee. That's who you hired. That's who you trained. You went through a whole interview process. First interview, second interview. And don't get me wrong, we got some fucked up people out here. I promise you we got some fucked up people. But we got more good people in customer service than we got fucked up people. And the people that's fucked up in customer service, they were made like that. From fucking you and from fucking all your fucking customers. And then you wonder why PTO is used so often. Prepare the others.
Because I'm going to be off.
Because I'm off them all. Anyway.
So I mean, you wired up. So I guess it's just we're gonna just roll in. We're just gonna roll into the topic. I think that this is probably gonna get you more amped up. Okay, so let me just kind of just put that out there, right? So the topic of can a man lead? Now I know you probably was thinking like, oh, you trying to be like, oh, can a man lead? Da 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 da, and it's not that. So Sean and I was having a conversation, and I don't even know how it came about, but there was
I don't know why you put me on the timer. Go ahead.
I guess he was ready for you to shut it down. But we were having a conversation, and there's a lot of females that we know that are very like strong-minded, headstrong people, and this could go both ways, but for right now we just talking about this way with the men on the women and just leaving it at that, right? So okay, boom, you have strong-minded females that say, or even somebody like me, like I can't have a guy that is gonna let me just walk all over him. I need a strong man to set boundaries. When he says no, it's no. Like, you know, he can't just, okay, babe, whatever you want, whatever. Now, don't get me wrong. Because I am strong-minded, by nature, I'm going to try to push those limits. Like, oh, babe, come on. Like, you know, like whatever. You got to put your foot down because we will walk all over you and we don't see that as attractive. If you're a strong woman, you typically need a strong man, a stronger man, right? So... But when women get that, right, they get that because they say that they need that. They say they don't want a guy that's a pushover. They don't want somebody that they could just walk all over. They don't want no punk. They don't want no pussy. Whatever way you want to say it, that's what they say. Then they get a man and they're like, oh, you know, I'm going outside. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. He's like, nah, you're going to chill tonight. And, oh, who the fuck you think you talking to? I could do what I want. I'm grown. But if he would have just, oh, okay, babe, go ahead, do what you want. Okay, you going to complain that he weak. So damned if he do, damned if he don't. He can't win no kind of way. He can't be strong and not trying to dominate you and control your whole life and don't let you do things that you feel like you want to do. But at the end of the day, when do you give him the opportunity to kind of be that strong man you said you needed? Because every time he does, you say this nigga's trying to control you. You grown, you independent, you can do this, you can do that. Which one, sis? Pick a side.
I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100. First of all, Trav, stop. That's not your ex-wife. That's still your wife. The divorce has not been final. Stop that. There's still an opportunity and a chance to make that happen. Stop. That's number one. Number two, Let me tell y'all something. Every woman want a strong man until they get a strong man. Now, once they get a nigga that's like he ain't going for the bullshit and the nonsense and the fuckery, yes, I'm saying. Then all of a sudden, oh, he controlling. But man, let me tell y'all something off the rip. Off the rip. You gotta establish that from day motherfucking one. That listen, I was raised to be a man. I did not grow up to be one. Now everything is negotiable. Yeah, we could talk about a whole bunch of shit. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you can't go out, once in a while, but bitch, you ain't going out every night. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta set some fucking boundaries. You know what I mean? And I think men, my personal opinion, men, y'all gotta do a better job at leading y'all woman. That's your job. That's your biblical job. Is
I
to
feel like
lead.
I've seen personally where you have some guys, they're not weak men, right? Where you have some guys, and they're early, like you said, you gotta kind of start early on, right? Where they're in the, talking stage or whatever. And then they're like, hey, why don't you, I don't think you should do that. Or I wouldn't like for my girl to be out every day or every single weekend. How about you? Oh, you trying, like, again, you trying to control me? This ain't gonna work. No, because this nigga think he my father or something. He think he own me. Da da da. You know something? Like, they don't receive it. They don't receive it. And then, so it's like, okay, they fall back a little because maybe they do like the person. It could be a good fit. Sis, you gotta chill the fuck out. Because which role are you gonna play? Which role? It can't be too dominant in the situation. Somebody, and again, I think people get in their head that submissive means that you completely give up all control, thought, mind, input, any
It's
type
just
of
staying
whatever.
in line.
It's just allowing somebody to lead. And at the end of the day, this is my philosophy, right? Men are the head, right? But as a woman, you're the neck, and you control where you want the head to face, right? So sometimes as a woman, you have to have a way to kind of get your man to focus the way to where you want him to go, and then let him lead from there. But so it's a team effort. It's not, oh, he controlling you, he said this, he said that, whatever. But you can't, you got to pick a side. You can't do both, because then it's like, oh, well, every time I be talking to these guys, got these weak ass men, they can't handle me, they can't. Bitch, you can't handle you.
Facts. You way too fucking strong. But again, it starts from the beginning. And this is why I tell people, right? I get it. You know what I'm saying? Biblically, you're supposed to marry before you move in. I get that shit.
You got to move in
right?
first. I know.
But
I know.
I'm a firm believer in shacking, because I need to see who you are for a year or two before I decide to make this commitment. You might not be strong enough for me. You might not be as submissive as I like it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, I need a chance to be like, yeah, go ahead. You don't need me. And I'm going to tell you, fellas, on some real shit, they baby daddies and their ex-boyfriends, they ain't lying on these heifers sometime. And the same thing with the men. If another woman tell you, oh, Marcus ain't shit, he don't do this, he don't do that, I'm not saying listen to it 100%, but you better put some play into it, because I mean, she really ain't got that much reason to lie on him. At the end of the day, you gotta lead your household, you gotta lead your family.
And as a woman, especially if you saying you want a provider, you say you want a guy who's going to do this, you say you want him to do that, you got to allow him the space to do it. Again, submissive does not mean that you be disrespected. Submissive does not mean that you give up control. Submissive does not mean that you're a servant. Submissive does not mean that, oh, you love him more than he loves you. That's not what submissive is. It's not. Now, some people do got these crazy extremes, just like with anything, where, oh, yes, I got to give him his plate every second. Oh, I can't sit down until he sit down. Oh, I got to bow my head. Ain't nobody doing all that crazy shit. And it doesn't mean that you're not being good and submissive. You know what I'm saying? So
Submission. In my opinion, Trav, I promise you, I'm gonna respond to you. I don't think you're gonna like my answer, but I'm going to respond. But at the end of the day, submission is just about a little bit of respect, right? And me personally, right? I don't want women to think. I don't want women to be like, yo, like I don't want this nigga to lead me down the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? All you need to realize and recognize is that this man is the head of the household, right? And if you feel like he's going down the wrong direction, right? It's not your job to do that shit publicly. You can have a conversation with the nigga and you can say, yo, listen, babe, I understand you and please help me understand a little bit more because I really think that's the wrong move. But at the end of the day, if he hell bent on it, you got to let him rock out. You got to let him rock out. But you just got, unfortunately, and I know a lot of women going to fucking take my head off for this, but unfortunately, right? Unfortunately, even when he go down the wrong path, you still got to be there to pick up the fucking pieces.
now,
No one person, and this is my personal opinion, no one person is bigger than the marriage.
right.
That's my personal opinion. Even though I might be wrong on this one, and I'm gonna be honest with you, keep a tally. Nah, nigga, last time he was wrong.
I wouldn't say keep a tally.
Keep a tally.
Through therapy, I was told keeping tallies and things like that is not good for the relationship because it'll eventually build resentment. You should just communicate and then you just do it that way. Keeping tallies is you piling stuff up and work for later. However, what I will say is this. Being a good leader also means hearing your partner out because this is a team
Facts.
effort. This is a
Facts.
collaboration. It's not all about, well, what I say go, you have no say, so your opinions don't matter because I'm the man, I'm the head. That's not a good leader. A good leader will say, hey, this is the plan that I'm thinking of doing. This is the way I'm thinking of moving for us, for our family, whatever the case may be. Now, you might say you have a different insight. You saw something, you learned something, whatever it was. Hey, babe, I really don't think that this is the way we go. And again, this is private conversation between couples, whether y'all pillow talking, y'all sitting having y'all meetings or whatever it is, but y'all talking, hey, this is why I think that plan may not be the best, and this is why I think that this plan might work better, whatever. A strong leader shouldn't just say, well, bitch, I already made this and shut your shit down just because you're trying to be
That's a dictator.
That's
a
not
dictator.
a leader. That's not a leader.
Yeah, that's a dictator.
Yeah, no. So what he should say is have the conversation back and forth. And if he still feels like his plan is the better route to go, he should still explain why he feels that way. Y'all go about it. And then, okay, as the leader, if you say you want a leader, a man that's going to take control, he's also going to be the one that's also helping to pick up those pieces if it doesn't work. But you have to allow him the space to do that. Because if he's not making these choices to set up his family, and even if it fails, he got to learn from those failures. And I'm saying this as a person who it took me a while to get to this point because baby, I wasn't being led nowhere. Okay, you could tell me water's this way, I'm gonna go to the water over that side. I was just, and it wasn't because I was trying to be defiant. I just wasn't used to it. I never saw it personally, and then also just taking care of myself for so long, being so independent, allowing somebody to lead for me, to make choices for me, gave me severe anxiety, and I didn't even realize that it did. So once I had the awareness, I was making conscious efforts to allow myself to be led. Now, I still have my little spicy personality, as you guys know, but I still allow my husband to lead. There's been times where I'm like, hey, you know what? This plan, I hear what you're saying. I think that it should be this, but whatever decision that you're going to make, we're going to do. And that's just going to be that. Whether it's this way or that way, just tell me which way we're going so I can prepare my mind for the plans on whichever side. And, he tells me, I respect the fact that you even give me that space to say, okay, this is what we're going to do. And he knows that I'm not just saying it to avoid an argument. I'm not just saying it because, oh, well, I want to throw it in your face later. No, if it's a fuck up, we're going to clean it up together and we're going to figure it out and pick up the pieces together.
That's
because
facts.
if I make a choice and we fuck up, we gonna pick up the pieces together. We gonna clean up and figure it out together. I'm not gonna be like, oh well, you fucking told us to move to Alaska. You said da 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 da, and now ain't shit here. Now no, it's like, oh, okay, well, we got to Alaska, we tried it. It didn't work out. Okay, babe, where's the next spot?
Yeah, how do we move from here?
I was looking at this. I was thinking this. What do you think? And we just gonna pick it up and figure it out and move together. But again, it took me time. You have to realize that that's something that you're doing here first. You can't fix something that you don't even know that you're doing, right? So that was the first one, is even realizing. And then you have to slowly allow yourself to transition, right? Because I would catch myself. I would be like, oh, you know what? I'm getting ready to do it again. All right, I'm my bad. Okay, all right. So what was you gonna say? Okay, all right, okay. I can see that. I do think that there's an alternative route, but hey, there's many different paths to lead you to the same destination. You can go around the block this way. You can go around the block that way. You can go straight through diagonal. You still get to the same point. Just because I like my point, don't mean we got to go that way. All right, boom. I said I want somebody that's strong and to lead. I don't want somebody that's going to be a pushover. All right, babe, we're going to do it this way. And then, again, I used to fuck up a lot. Like, start out, and then I'd be like, all right, I'm sorry, I'm doing it again. And then now it's too easy. Now I'd be like, all right. Sometimes I'd be like, I don't even feel like thinking. Whatever you say, just do it. I'm tired. I don't want to think today. What we doing?
I'm going to keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? When Mika do right, she do right. You know what I'm saying? But I told Mika from the beginning, when I first had a serious conversation, and I'm talking about a conversation where it ain't after I finish fucking you. It ain't when I begin fucking you. I want to have a conversation with you because I don't want none of that pussy to affect any of my decisions that I'm gonna make. and I had a conversation with her, and I told her, I said, first of all, let me apologize for every nigga that's done something wrong to you in your life. I'm not him. I want you to treat this relationship like it's the first relationship you ever been in. I was raised to be a man. I didn't grow up to be one. You know what I mean? I'm going to lead whatever family we have. I'm going to lead that. And if you can't go for that, then me and you we just fucking partners until I find the right person. You feel me? Because me personally, this mouth is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say what the fuck I mean, and I'm gonna mean what the fuck I say. You know what I'm saying? But like I told you guys, these are conversations that you don't have. This conversation after you done gave a nigga some sloppy top and all of that. No, these are conversations you gotta have. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody's mind is straight. And there's times where I'll be like, yo, I'll tell you what. I'm not showing you that I'm a weak man, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bow down. And we're going to try it your way for a couple of weeks. If it don't work, I don't know how many of y'all familiar with with boating, but I'm going to take the helm. I'm going to take over. You know what I'm saying? Me and Tamika I swear to you, me and Tamika just had a situation about a cell phone. She said, oh, I want to get this cell phone. Da, 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 da. Whoa,
leave her alone because she was telling me about her phone.
She said, I want to get this cell phone. Da, 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 da. Whoa. I said, listen. I ain't trying to control you, but send me the cell phone and let me look at the goddamn reviews. Mm-hmm. Man, I looked at the cell phone. I said, God damn, it's a lot of good reviews, but don't look at the first 100. You got to go all the way down. Look at the
negative reviews.
Yeah, look at the negative shit. And I told her, I said, yeah, people said that this is This ain't gonna be a good phone. Before I knew it, the phone was in the mail. And I told her, I said, listen, I promise you on my mother, I ain't got nothing to do with that phone. Tamika came to me yesterday with like, how do I get a return label to bring this phone back? And I'm like, I told you so. But let's correct this situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying my way is always going to be right. But I will let you fall 3 times, but I'm going to pick you up 4. I'm going to let you fall. Then I'm going to pick you up. And I'm going to straighten the whole situation out. Trav, you itching for this response, bro, but you need to be careful on the scratch that I'm going to give you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you,
So
let me
just
just go.
I'm gonna put his question back up just in
Yeah,
case you needed to see it.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. And you know, I'm hoping that you don't unsubscribe after I say this. You know what I'm saying? But I internet love you, bro. I got a lot of love for you on the internet. I don't even know what you look like, but I internet love you, bro. And I internet fucks with you. But I got a funny fucking feeling that a lot of this shit that's happened between you and your wife, you kind of played a part in that. And I want you as a man, don't cuss me out. As a man, I just want you to own up to your part of the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I want you as a man to look and say, yo, what the fuck could I have done different? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck could I have done different? Because for a woman to get involved with with another nigga, right? A lot has had to happen. And she has had to reach her limit, right? So it's and I mean this in the most respectful way possible, right? Like calling her all the hoes is the easy way out, right? But you got to figure out how did she become a hoe? You know what I'm saying? What did she tell you that she needed that you wasn't willing to give or change? You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, there are times where shit just happens, right? I don't think this is one of them times, brother. I just think that, you know, I think you and your wife need to sit down, have a goddamn conversation, and you start off with, how do we get here? Right? We got children. How did we get here to the point where, you know, where you with a whole nother nigga? You know what I'm saying? So like, so yeah, Trav, I don't think it's you, bro. I'm not saying it's you. I'm thinking it's a collaboration of both of you.
He's saying that he doesn't believe it's just her.
Yeah,
Um,
what I think is, bro, and I don't want to turn this whole segment into, you know, talk about trash shit. But what I do think, my brother, is I think that if you sit back and look at what happened, you'll find your role in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this is why she did
basically,
this.
in hindsight is 2020, right? There are times where you miss out on things that are like obviously there, but when you're living in the moment and it's happening in real time, you miss it. You miss the cues, you miss the signs, whether it be because work, whether it be you stressed out, whatever the reason is, you miss it. But then if you sit there and ponder on, okay, a lot of the arguments that you guys may have had, what did they stem from? Not just, oh, she got an attitude. Why? Like, what happened? Why were you upset? Was it her lack of communication? Was it hit? Like, which way? Why? And then think about the another argument, and then just see, is there a common theme? Is there a common denominator? What's going on? Has she been telling you? Because I don't know. I mean, I can't speak for all women, but I know a lot of times we do a lot of talking, complaining before we hit that point. So, I mean, I don't know your wife, but she probably done said what her main issues
She
were.
told him.
Probably
She
not a
told him.
surprise to you.
She
It's
she
probably not a surprise. And I
every,
don't know if you took it as serious. You thought she was playing. You thought it was not a big deal. Maybe to you it wasn't a big deal, but to her it was. When we're talking to y'all, and I'm not talking about just jibber jabbering.
yeah.
When we're talking to y'all really should listen because 9 times out of 10 we telling y'all what the problem is. If
And
you choose to ignore it, we feel unheard. Then guess what? The next
facts.
nigga is gonna listen, even if it's just for the sake of just getting some. He's going
And
to listen. It's gonna make her feel seen, make her feel heard, make her feel like she's getting something she ain't getting from you. So then, therefore, now you got him filling in gaps that you supposed to fill that she was asking from you, but you
facts.
refused to give it. So now she got to go out to the next nigga to go get it.
So Trav, your question is, how do I contact her? Right? It's a simple conversation, brother. You know, you contact her.
Wait, first of all, you don't got no protective orders or anything like that going on. You don't want to get yourself in no criminal shit, Fab. I don't know how far or whatever what y'all all got going on, but I would
Don't
just say
don't
a
just show
simple
up.
Don't
Don't
just
just
pop
show up
up.
at her job or nothing like that, man. You know, you send her a
And
text, you
if
send her an
she,
email. Yo, listen,
I would say I will give a phone call. Me
yeah,
personally, I will
yeah,
call. Hey, how's
this is
everything
going on.
going?
No, 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 no,
Can we
no, no, no,
talk?
no.
What?
This has been going on too far, too long, and we need to have a conversation.
I don't think
And
that you should.
hold
When
on.
it's this far, I don't think you should go and demand and saying we
No, no,
need.
no, 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 no. I'm telling you, when you tell somebody, be like, yo, listen, this is going on long enough for me, right? Always speak from a personal standpoint. This is
Yeah.
going on long enough for me,
Can we
right?
talk? Not we.
And I'm missing you. My house is not the same without you. But I think we need to have a conversation. And if at the end of that conversation it tells us that we need to go our own separate ways, then we do that. But I need to have a conversation with you and let you know how I feel. Either
And I
I
also
fucked up
think
and never say what she did. I fucked up. You
take
were telling me
accountability
what
on
you
where you
needed.
fucked up.
Exactly.
Don't.
You was telling me what you needed. And unfortunately I wasn't hearing it. You know what I mean? But if you are willing to tell me again, I'm listening. And then you just move forward from there. You have an
But I
adult
think,
conversation.
but also,
Don't fuck her,
I think
Trav.
be realistic. Be realistic in knowing that all of the problems may not just. I mean, not may. You might
They
not
don't
get
go
an
away.
immediate resolution, right? So she might be like, "Well, I don't want to hear it in that moment." That doesn't mean that you just throw in the towel just because for that moment. So you say, "Okay, I can respect that."
When you're ready to hear it, give me a call.
Yeah, can I try again in another
Yeah, when
couple
you're
of weeks?
ready.
In another, like you don't
Yeah.
let her know that you're willing to accept your role and your accountability and how you guys got there, but also don't push too hard because if she already feels she probably y'all both are upset, angry about everything that's going on. Give it time. If you try to force it, it's not gonna work. You gotta approach it delicately. And then I think for now about bringing it up to the kids, I don't think
Oh no, don't
me at
talk
this
to the kids
point
about
don't
it.
bring it up yet because you guys are still, even though I know you feel like, oh, it's over, it's done. And unless y'all both done already talked to lawyers and y'all just waiting for a court date
Oh,
to happen.
Trav. Trav, she lives with her mom and the
Listen,
kids. Bro,
again,
listen.
listen.
No, Trav, hold on, Des. Trav, do me a favor, bro. Do me a favor. Man, go get your family, bruh. Go get your family. And you let her know, yo, listen, I just need you back home. I'll sleep in whatever room I have to until we straighten this situation out. But man, listen, man, you need your man. Go get your family, bruh. That's your family. She ain't move on. She ain't found her own place or nothing yet. She's still with her mom after 4 months, bruh. Go get your family, man. And I'm gonna tell you something, bro. And most women ain't gonna admit to it, man, but I'm gonna put they shit on blast. Majority of the time, that's all they want to hear, bro. Is that you want them back home. Majority of the time, they majority of the time, and just let her know, man. Listen, I made a special place in this room in this house for me to sleep. I will sleep in there because it's gonna be uncomfortable for us to be in the same bed for a little while. But well, let's work on this at home.
Hmm.
Let's man, try, man. Just do me a favor, man. The internet love I have for you, man. Go get your family, man. Go and listen. How do you get over what she did, my nigga?
One day
She
at a
wasn't
time.
a
It's
she
not.
wasn't a
Let me tell you
virgin when you met her. She wasn't a
we
virgin when you met her. That means, unfortunately, another nigga got some pussy, but we gonna have to get over that, bro.
yeah,
And
but
don't try to get your get back either. Don't
it's
try to
easier
get your get back.
said than done. What you take it one day at a time.
Yeah,
You,
yeah.
I again, I'm a big advocate for counseling therapy, finding the right fit, and then also if you can't, if you're gonna choose, this is my biggest thing, right? And this is with anything. It doesn't matter if it's the guy that stepped out. It doesn't matter if it's the female that stepped out. If you choose to forgive,
Let it
right?
go.
And I'm talking forgive. I'm not saying you don't got to forget, but you cannot continue to bring it up every argument. You cannot continue to tear her down every time because there's going to be triggers. It could be a song that triggers you. It could be, you're just sitting there watching a TV show and you see a couple and it trigger. It could be, there's going to be triggers. It's going
She
to take a
she
while
she
to
could
get
do
over it.
something different sexually, and don't look at her and be like, "Oh, you learned that from that nigga."
You can't.
No,
You
just be
have
glad she
to,
bringing it home to you. That's it. And you can't throw shit up in her face.
if
You know
you
what I'm
have chosen
saying?
to forgive, then you have to literally say, listen, when the thought comes in, I've forgiven her for that. We're gonna go starting from this point forward. So
Yep.
unless something else, again, I'm not saying to never forget. You ain't got to be dumb. Don't be a fool. God didn't give you a
Nope.
brain for you to be dumb. But at the end of the day, if she hasn't done anything to make you believe that something is going on, you got to let that rest because it's going to drive
Yeah,
you
let it go.
crazy. It's going to drive
And
you crazy. You're going to be miserable.
I tell
So let me
every couple that I know, I be like, "Yo, you are not truly done." And I really wish, you know what I'm saying, Trinika, my boy Albert, Raymond and his wife and them, they're not having problems, but they'll tell you, I've said this 100 times before, that if if you haven't given it 150% to change the outcome of your marriage, then your marriage still has a chance. You got to give. Listen, man. The easy part is standing in front of people saying "I do." The hardest part about being married is once you get into your own house and y'all got to be married. Yo, my guy, man. I'm telling you, bro. I know you don't think it's possible, but it's possible, man. Go get your wife, bro. Because she ain't even move in with the nigga. She ain't even move in with the nigga. She ain't even move in with nobody.
and
She
Trav,
probably
yes,
she probably waiting on you.
the advice that I would take if I were you, because at the end of the day, somebody's mistake, right? Now, if it's a repeated pattern and it's just this person is unloyal, that's one thing. But if you guys are going through something, you have a family, you guys have,
Facts.
you've built a lot together. I don't think that we're human, we're imperfect, we make mistakes. I don't think that somebody's mistake should cost you your entire family, should cost your children a two-parent household, should cost any of that. I feel like it's worth trying to rebuild on, but you both have to be willing to put in the work because it is going to take work. It's going to
Try.
take work.
Take her out to dinner, man, and submit the invoice to me, bro. I'm telling you right now, man. Take your wife out to dinner, man. I'll cash app you the money, man. Take your wife out to dinner. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just y'all two, where y'all can have a goddamn conversation. You know what I'm saying? Where y'all can have a conversation about it. And I ain't here to talk about the past of the things that we did. I just want to know, how do we move forward?
Or can we
Because
move forward?
because
What can
because
be
move
done?
and you let her know, because I don't see life being easy for me moving forward without you.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, I'm like, right now, I don't know your situation, but you stagnant, my nigga. You stagnant. You standing still.
You
It's
need your
easy
family
to
time.
follow. It's easy to follow a parked car, my nigga. It's when that motherfucker get to moving. Right now, man, go get your family. Go get your wife. Bring your family home. It's been too long, my nigga. It's been too long. Stop calling all these bitches. Stop calling all these hoes, and start
You
calling
got
her your
you
wife
definitely
again.
got you definitely got, even if
That's
you
what I'm
don't
saying.
feel
It's that
comfortable
simple.
jumping back into wife, you gotta, because here's the thing. Once you put in your mind that you don't respect her, you're not going to be able to move past it. You have to, that's your queen, whether she fucked up or not. If y'all are
Right.
going to work it out, you have to respect her first and foremost. And then also, regardless of whichever way, you don't want, this is all public, right? You don't want your children to see how you were regarding their mom, the mother of your children, regardless of how things go. I understand, things happen. Make the transition, contact her. As far as making it a public place, I think that it should be somewhere that's, if it's public, like an intimate, like, okay, go to a nice
Yeah, it's cordial.
restaurant that's kind of quiet, but
Go to
just
Benny
where you guys
Hannes. Get the fried rice.
where you guys can talk and have good conversation. But I think that you should start there, and then, like Chronicle said, date her again,
Yeah,
and
facts.
you're building a new foundation. You're not rebuilding this foundation. That foundation was it crumbled.
It crumbled.
So
It
you're
crumbled.
starting over you're not reusing those bricks. So don't take the traumas and struggles from the old foundation and put it into this one. No, 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 no. You starting anew. You getting all new bricks and brick by brick, which is gonna take time. It's like when you first date somebody,
Yep.
you don't just trust them overnight. You brick by brick, you build a strong, solid foundation. It's a whole new house. This is
Put
a
your hand out.
whole
Put your hand out, Trav, when you see her. Put your hand out. How you doing? My name is Travis Montgomery. This is a whole new nigga. And whatever we went through in the past, that shit is gone and over with. I just want to get a chance to know and meet you all over again. And I mean, because I kind of miss the way I loved on you. Point blank, period. And I'm telling you, Trav, she want to come home just as much as you want her home. She just wants to hear you say that you want her home. That's it, bro. I'm telling you, and I'm gonna keep it 100, B. This is why I don't let shit fester. I just don't. You know what I mean? But brother, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You know, like I said, man, I got some internet love for you, man. But whether you take this advice or not, I'm not gonna lose a wink of sleep, brother. I just want you to know, bro, that I have been in your situations. Me and Mika ain't always been on top of the mountain. Sometimes, man, me and this heifer done fell down a few
now how you
times.
gonna tell him to stop calling his wife all kind of names and here
I
you
ain't
go.
call I call her heifer.
All right, that ain't no better.
I called her worse at 7:30. What you talking about? But you know, listen, all marriages have their difficulties, bro. It's not about how many times you fall, it's about how many times you get up. All marriages have their difficulties. You work through them and you try not to make the mistakes again. But all marriages have their difficulties, bro. And listen, man, it ain't even worth at this point learning somebody else. It ain't even worth it. You comfortable with that? She comfortable with you? Man, go get your motherfucking family, man. Point blank, period. You feel me? And that's all I'm gonna say to you on that. Whether you take it or not, hopefully you'll take some. And again, never take all of my advice. Just take bits and pieces. You know what I'm saying? Just take bits and pieces.
But
You
heavy
know what I
on to
mean?
get your family, bro. All
But
right.
definitely go get your family, man. And I'm telling you, and I'm gonna love that for you, bro. I'm gonna love that for you. I'm gonna love the fact when you go get your family, man, and you and your wife watching
Yes.
Matter of Opinions again. I think y'all fucked up when y'all was watching it outside at the cookout. That's what my personal.
Right.
So
Right.
y'all went
Right.
downhill after that. Keep the shit in the house.
No, they had fun at the cookout. It was
Yeah,
when they were back on the couch is where
yeah.
things left.
So
But
try, man.
yes,
With that.
What Chronicle said is important. Don't just listen to her to respond. Listen to her to understand. Understand her perspective, understand where she's coming from. Don't just try to have an answer ready because you think you know what she's going to say or she done already said it before. If she's saying it again, it's because you didn't hear her the way she needs. You didn't understand her the first time. So hear it, take it in, process it, think about it. What could she possibly be talking about? What could she mean? Think about it. And
And if
then,
you don't understand what she's saying,
hey, can you break that down?
tell
I
her, say, yo,
still,
break that
I don't
down for me right quick because my mind
I
is
want to
telling me, my
explore.
mind is telling me this way, right? But I need to make sure I understand how you want it to be. You know what I'm saying? And again, I tell a lot of people that I know, I say, yo, listen, man, pros and cons. There's a lot more things you love about her than you hate about her. You know what I'm saying? But I got to be up 3 o'clock in the morning. I got a meeting and everything. At
Over
5.
here.
You know,
Wait,
you
but
know,
we gotta answer Ash too.
huh?
Okay. We
What
gotta
happened?
answer
What's
Ashley's question.
Ash? I
So
apologize.
she said she wanted to know how does she start in terms of changing to be able to allow herself to be led.
Oh,
So
that's
for
easy.
me, the
That's
fact
easy. That's
wait,
easy. You start off by shutting the fuck up
no,
and
Ash,
just letting the
that's
man and just letting the
no.
man lead.
Still have an opinion. We just talked about this whole live, okay?
I'm just
Jesus.
saying, if the way to start, right, is just shut the fuck up, let the man lead a little bit. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
no,
Let
because
let
if you shut up and just let him do what he gonna do, he gonna get used to that and think that that's how the dynamic is gonna be. So when you finally do say something, he'll be like, "Bitch, well, you ain't having nothing to say all this time, and now you got something to say." No, you can't. You
Because I
gotta
got
again
something to say about it now.
the same way he has to set the tone from the beginning. She also has to set the tone that hey, I will allow you to lead, but you will respect me and you will value my opinions as well. You
I'm
get
gonna
what I'm
tell you.
saying?
Now I'm
Relationship.
gonna be serious. Now I'm gonna be serious. Dead ass serious. So Ash, I know you about to leave, but I'm gonna tell you this on some dead ass shit. So what you
Good
tell him is,
night.
I swear to God, I swear to God, this what you tell him, Ashley. This what you tell him. You say, you know, baby, I was watching this show that I watch every week, and I come to
Twice
realize
a
that
week.
every week, and
Subscribe,
and
subscribe, subscribe
and
if you're not already subscribed.
and they would have a topic on men leading, and I'm realizing that I'm not letting you lead as much as I should. So moving from this day forth, I'm gonna try.
And put in the
I'm gonna
effort.
try and put in the effort to let you lead me to where we got to go. That's how you do
But
it.
but in doing so, I still want my voice to be heard.
The
I want
facts.
my opinion to matter. So I would still like for us to have a conversation about the different moves that we're gonna make. I don't want you to just do them and I show up. I want us to still plan it together while you're the head and the leader of this planning. It's still a team effort. And you know,
Oh,
I
so he listening now. So brother, listen. Ash is trying to tell you that she hasn't been following you or letting you lead her as much as she should. So she wants to take the initiative to let you lead a little bit more, and she's going to follow a little bit more. And I promise you, your relationship is going to be so much better. But again, communication is key. Communication is
yes.
everything. If I feel like you
And
bringing me down a dead end street, even a GPS gonna tell you, yo, listen, that's a dead end street. But if I choose to let you lead me down a dead end street, then just remember, when we turn it around, we got to turn around together. Point blank,
Mhm.
period. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I got a meeting 7 o'clock in the morning. You know when the big wigs come down 7 o'clock in the morning, because I
Are you
think it
still
has something to do. I think it has
did they
something to do with
already tell you what's gonna happen? Are you're not gonna get
no no
fired,
no
right?
no
It's
no
just
no nah nah ain't nobody getting fired. Ain't nobody getting
okay.
fired. I got I think I'm gonna have to go to compassionate class because when I told the people
Sister
I don't
Tiffany
care if
don't
y'all
like
find her
that.
in the mall or the woods. It's just- but I just don't. But listen, at the end of the day, man, I appreciate y'all, Trav, man. I know you're gone, but when you look at it again, I want you to understand, man, that everything I said to you is out of love. None of it was out of hate. None of it was out of malice. None of that. You know what I'm saying, Ashley? I'm glad you learned something. I'm not saying that you don't learn something every night, but I'm glad you learned something tonight. You know what I'm saying? And good luck in your adventures for this week. We will talk. Hey, Boogie, what's popping? This nigga. But with that being said, I'm gonna give you the red button.
We
You
give
know
you
what
the
I'm
red
saying?
button.
I'm gonna give you
We
guys
love
the
you
red button,
guys.
and we love you guys. And for anybody that hasn't already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and
Tell a friend to what band?
tell a few more niggas that got a few more niggas to
We love you
do so.
guys.
We out.
And
Give him
we
the
will
button,
see you
Sean.
guys Friday. Bye.